Bay Area! Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SFN News. I'm Diane, and today we're delving into a crucial topic that has significant implications for our communities, Project 2025. As we analyze this initiative, we must consider its potential repercussions on minorities, women's health and reproductive rights, in vitro fertilization, IVF, Social Security, and health insurance. First, let me provide a brief overview of Project 2025. Project 2025 is being presented as a strategic initiative aimed at reforming various sectors, including healthcare, education, and social services. The proponents of this project claim it will streamline systems and improve efficiency, but we must critically examine the potential real-world consequences of such sweeping reforms. For vulnerable populations, such as low-income families, minorities, and marginalized communities, these proposed changes may not lead to the promised improvements. Many of these groups already experience significant barriers in accessing adequate health care, including financial constraints, geographical obstacles, and systemic inequalities. If Project 2025 results in reduced funding for our community health programs, eliminates vital services, or enforces stricter eligibility requirements, we could see an exacerbation of existing disparities in health and social programs. It's crucial to understand that the overhaul being touted may strip away the very resources that currently help these communities navigate their healthcare challenges, leaving them more vulnerable than ever. The stakes are high, and we need to scrutinize how this initiative could ultimately impact the health and well-being of the most at-risk individuals in our society. Next, let's discuss the potential impact on Americans, focusing first on minorities. The proposed changes within Project 2025 pose a serious risk to exacerbating or making worse existing disparities that have long marginalized these communities. By drastically reducing funding for community health programs specifically designed to support low-income and minority groups, the initiative threatens to create even greater barriers to accessing essential healthcare services. This is particularly troubling, given that these populations already struggle with systemic challenges, including racial bias in medical treatment, limited availability of culturally competent care, and socioeconomic factors that hinder access to health care. For instance, many minority communities rely on health centers for essential services like preventive care, maternal health, and mental health support, because these centers are often more accessible and affordable. If Project 2025 leads to budget cuts or service reductions at these facilities, we could see a significant uptick in untreated health issues, which can further lead to chronic conditions and overall poorer health outcomes. Moreover, the potential dismantling of support systems that cater to these vulnerable populations doesn't just affect individual health, it can ripple through the entire community. People who lack access to health care may miss work or school due to illness, potentially leading to economic instability and perpetuating a cycle of poverty. It's essential to recognize that marginalized communities are not just statistics. They're families, individuals, and neighbors who deserve equitable access to health care. The implications of Project 2025 might inadvertently reinforce the very systems of inequality we are striving to dismantle. So, it's crucial that we advocate for solutions that bridge these gaps rather than widen them. Next, we must examine the potential threats to women's health and reproductive rights, which are deeply intertwined with the broader implications of Project 2025. This initiative would introduce stricter regulations on abortion services and access to contraception, creating significant barriers for women seeking to make informed choices about their own health and futures. These proposed regulations may not only limit the availability of abortion clinics, particularly in rural and underserved areas, but could also impose cumbersome administrative hurdles that make it increasingly difficult for women to access safe procedures. Moreover, women who may be facing unwanted pregnancies or health complications could find themselves in situations where they lack the resources or support to make choices that align with their personal beliefs and circumstances. This move away from comprehensive reproductive health services undermines years of progress in women's rights, potentially reversing hard-fought gains in health autonomy and access to critical reproductive care. For many women, especially those from marginalized communities, the implications are dire. Limited access to reproductive health care can lead to adverse physical and mental health outcomes, economic insecurity, and disruption of family planning. Furthermore, the chilling effect of such stringent regulations can extend to contraception, as these measures may not only make it harder to procure birth control, but also discourage healthcare providers from discussing contraceptive options altogether. When women cannot access affordable and effective contraception, they face increased risks of unintended pregnancies, which perpetuates cycles of poverty and limits educational and career opportunities. Ultimately, Project 2025 could fundamentally jeopardize women's health, violating their autonomy and rights over their own bodies. It's essential that we raise our voices against these potential changes and advocate for policies that protect and promote safe, comprehensive reproductive health care for all women, allowing them to lead healthy, empowered lives. And then there's the issue of in vitro fertilization, or IVF. Under Project 2025, funding for reproductive technologies may be slashed. This would make IVF less accessible to those who depend on it to build their families, particularly women from minority communities who may already face financial hurdles. It's vital we recognize the emotional and physical toll these proposed changes could have on aspiring parents. Moving on to Social Security and health insurance. Project 2025 may lead to cuts that jeopardize the safety net for millions. Vulnerable populations, including the elderly, dependent families, and individuals with disabilities, rely heavily on these benefits. Any reduction in support could leave these groups without critical resources that ensure their health and well-being. Today's episode is a call to action. So what can we do? It's essential for our community to stay informed and engaged. Advocating for the rights of minorities, women, and those who depend on Social Security and health services is crucial. We need to raise our voices against these potentially harmful changes and push for policies that promote equity and access for all. As we close, I want to send a special shout out to our producer and contributor, Javon Giles, and thank you for joining me as we explored the implications of Project 2025. Remember, informed communities are empowered communities. Stay active, stay informed, and ensure your voice is heard. We'll continue monitoring this initiative and its impacts, bringing you updates as they unfold. Until next time, stay safe, stay active, stay strong, San Francisco.